Shalom, we are live. I'm back. I have to testify. Testify part 3. Abba brought this to my mind last night to testify regarding this. So I am. This is about saw something. My little hair clip. I found it. Okay, this is about the healing properties of frankincense and myrrh. So, earlier, I think at the beginning of October, like soon after Sukkot, I went on a fast, an extensive water day fast, which I had never really done before. And in that time period, I just my left foot, this one, okay, this foot right here, got my socks on. The heel part of it, you know what? I just remember I forgot to show you what I stepped on. Okay, just give me one moment. One moment. Beep, 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 beep. I'll be right back. I'm back. So anyway, I'm probably gonna edit. So at the end of that fast, Abba told me why my foot had been hurting for several months. My heel of my left foot had been hurting for several months. Sometimes it got so bad that I couldn't really do my house chores, and I had to sit down for most of the day. I hadn't really mentioned much about it before, but yeah, it was. Some days it didn't bother me as much, but throughout those months, throughout the summer months, I really couldn't run. It hurt to run because of it. And I like running grounded outside. Sometimes barefooted, and sometimes I might have my moccasins on, but I like running. It's just what I like to do. And so I couldn't do that. And that's not like running. It's just like just random running. Running to the mailbox or whatever. Running across the street, saying hi to the neighbor, whatever. But I couldn't really do that because my heel was always hurting. So at the end of that fast, Abba told me why I couldn't. He reminded me that my left heel of my foot, I think it was somewhere in mid-April, had suffered injury from one of these things. This is a garden staple. And so one of my children left some outside by a cedar tree, and I went to go take out the trash. And I was doing, I think, a brief run across to the trash can, and it went like it was no big deal. Went right in. Just one of these. It just went straight into my heel. And so I took it immediately out, and then I think I disinfected it and whatnot and tried to stay off of it for a few days. But obviously there was an internal wound or maybe an internal infection that was going on, and it just started to affect my ability to do things. And it was always painful off and on. Some days it wasn't painful, some days it was. But Abba reminded me that that's what had happened. I had stepped on this around April. Well, not this one, but because there's so many of them. And it was still an internal wound. So I'm like, well, how do you heal an internal wound on a foot that you can't even tell that I actually stepped on anything? I mean, by that time you couldn't tell I stepped on anything. So like, here's my foot. Okay, you couldn't tell I stepped on anything. Like, you can't tell. So I was like, okay. And he told me that's why my foot was hurting. And I was like, oh, well, finally, after all these months, I finally, you helped me figure out what was going on. And then I asked him, what should I do? What should I take? How should I treat this so that it heals? And he told me frankincense and myrrh. Well, a week later, he told me after that fast, he told me why my foot was hurting. And then after another fast, he told me what to do. And so he told me to take frankincense and myrrh. And I did not know. So I asked him, like, well, should I just apply it topically, or should I take it internally? And he told me both. So I made frankincense and myrrh water. So this is what I used. This is the frankincense. This is Sultan grade, the one from Oman. You want to get the one from Oman. You don't want to get just any generic. You want to get the right kind. Let me see if I remember the last name. But here it is. It looks like this. It has a sort of a greenish yellow tint to it. Smells good. It's frankincense. And I got this from Etsy's. I'll probably include the link later on. Who I got it from. He's in California. I think he's an Arab guy. And then here's the myrrh. And you want to get the best quality. And you just put this in water and let it dissolve in the water and drink it. It tastes good, actually. This kind makes the water taste pleasant. Of course, this will make it, the myrrh would make it taste bitter. But yeah, regardless, this combination is powerful for healing internal wounds. And I didn't know that. Obviously, y'all did. I didn't know that. But he told me, and I was like, okay. So I have been doing this for several weeks off and on for the past 2 months, just having frankincense and myrrh and water. And then he also told me to apply it in the area topically so that it can penetrate into the area where I had the wound. And so I found this product called Wise Men Healing Balm. And it's pretty much frankincense and myrrh oils, the specific type of frankincense oil that you want. The sakura, like this variety of frankincense, the sakura is in this one too. It does the same thing. You can use it for nerve pain relief, neuropathy, arthritis, sciatica, oral care, facial moisturizing, post-therapeutic neuralgia. Okay. And this is, you can tell I've been using it. And it's pretty much a coconut oil base because the coconut oil has a unique property where it penetrates into your actual skin and goes internally versus other oils. So that's why if you look at their website, they'll tell you this is why they use coconut oil as a base for their frankincense and myrrh. And the ingredients here, hope you can see it. Frankincense and myrrh. That's their website, wisemenhealing.com. And I applied it as often as I needed to. And I just noticed recently, I just thought about it. I was like, but my foot doesn't hurt anymore. Like I can actually run outside. And it's like, yeah, because I've been diligent about taking this in particular. And then the frankincense and myrrh water, just get a water bottle and put one of these in here and a little bit of this in here. Let it dissolve. It tastes good, actually. And yeah, it will actually heal internal wounds. They say it's good for your digestion. Obviously, it's good for your skin, obviously. But I didn't know that it has the properties of not only healing external wounds, but internal wounds that deal with the nerves. And yeah, I mean, my foot, I can't even tell my foot doesn't hurt anymore. So I just wanted to testify that, yes, if you got some health issues and you got some internal wound issues, take frankincense and myrrh. It will help. So I felt led that was important for me to testify and share this with you all. And if you've had any experience with frankincense and myrrh in this way, testify that, yeah, this is wonderful, wonderful stuff. So I highly encourage anybody to, of course, this was used often to burn incense. It's in the book of Adam and Eve, the angels burned their censers with this. The men of Israel did so. I think it's in the Numbers, I think it's in the, I have to check. I think it's in the book of Numbers. With the Korah rebellion, they all had to take their censers out and they had to light it up. Yeah, that was an interesting one. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to testify. I felt like Abba wanted me to do that. He released me to share today. And yeah, it's some great stuff. Frankincense and myrrh. Shalom.